I want to have it. Okay.
So, but I mean, it's not cursed.
Sure.
It's just,
I
really gonna not want you to take it off. Yeah.
So the dagger was what was it?
And you find that you can
The obsidian one?
like,
or was that just
if once it's now in your possession, you can find a spot like inside your armor to like affix it, right? And as you do, what armor did you have, by the way?
I guess I plate mail. I don't know off the top of my head, but that sounds correct. Chainmail.
So you're kind of playing with the links of the chain, and you get it to like hook in, and your armor is also magical now.
I don't know what that does, but I like
in the next, like, however much time, because I imagine we're just going to be hanging out for a while, he would probably try to attune to the obsidian one and attune to the fork dagger in the next hour.
The obsidian dagger. Are you guys taking a full rest while this is going?
So, yeah.
Is anybody sleeping in the hag's bed?
No.
No.
Are we gonna let the kids sleep in the hag's bed?
Look, if the kid wants to, I'm not going to stop him. He just needs to learn from his own stupid decisions. I thought he did. If he has not, then sure, he can sleep in a bed.
Roll let's do a wisdom check here.
Okay.
And if you want to give him advantage by giving him advice, you may.
My advice is going to be, don't sleep in a hag bed.
Okay, and we're going to say the DC for this is 11.
Okay. Okay, you got an 18.
Okay, good. Yeah, he's like, no, I'm good. I trust you. I am not going to go sleep in the hag bag. So the dagger that you pulled out, that is, I believe I said the incantation on it was the one to kill the many.
Something along those lines.
This dagger is best against demons that have the ability to split or replicate or like duplicate themselves. So it would be great against like an ooze or something along those lines.
Okay.
It gives you advantage and negates any other abilities of that creature for like susceptibility. So for example, like against demons, really only demons. Anything else, it gives you disadvantage when attacking.
And this is attunement, right?
Yep. Literally designed to kill demons that have that ability.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
You never know what's going
I
to
don't-
pop in.
I'm curious if
anything
Mary
else,
Beth,
so.
the player, remembers which demon this is designed to kill.
No. Maybe the player has a bad memory.
Does Mary Beth, the player, remember the cat?
Vaguely, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so are we doing a watch? Are we just all blithely going to bed and leaving the killing machine out front?
Part of
What
my
are we doing here?
rituals are that while I'm resting, I'm always aware.
Yep.
So I'll just be watchman as I'm resting because I can
Okay.
just keep an eye on everything even while I'm taking my rest.
Are we all in the same room, all huddled in a corner?
We're sleeping outside. I guess I don't know, but he makes us
Sleep outside. Yeah.
And then he'll just kind of be
Okay.
making sure nothing
So-
can randomly fly into a rock here.
As the time passes, and time passes like I don't know. Again, it feels very much like the time passing in the astral sea to you. Like it seems like time. You know that time is passing, but you have no frame of reference, right? Like just trying to gauge how much time is difficult. Your bodies tell you when you have fully rested, right? But this whole area is weirdly lit, but yet also rather dark, right? Like beyond what you can see in this tunnel of stuff, the light that you get periodically is these little like asteroids going in and out and meteors flying in and out. But what you will notice here is, like, as you now spend 8 hours just kind of looking at the sky, what you don't see is you don't see anything flying through this space. Everything seems to be flying out of this space, right? Like it's either coming down the river or it's going out. You don't see like the same types of meteor activity that you had seen previously when you were on Sigil. There's no meteors like zipping through here.
Okay. So from my time in the Astral, I don't know if this is directly into the normal Dungeons and Dragons lore, but I remember in the Astral, time doesn't actually pass, and there are like veins that go between areas in the Astral.
Mm-hmm.
Would my character, after floating for like 2,000 years through this space, would he recognize, like, are we in one of those veins? Is there anything?
You are in the vein that you are in is it really has that feel, but it is a different flavor.
So it's like we're not in Kansas anymore kind of a
Well, you may have like drifted into one of those flows in the past, but you don't remember this type of malice. Like this, just what is here. You after spending 8 hours, you can actually hear the melody of this place more clearly, right?
Do I recognize it at all? Is it something that resonates with any part of?
What languages do you speak?
It's just common.
You have heard this prayer before. A long time ago.
Do any names or sights just kind of come to memory, or is it just kind of like that feeling of recognition?
You remember like this. You remember associating this sound, this melody, with marching. It's hard to say if you were marching against it or you were marching for it, but this is something about this is familiar.
Since it's just kind of like this dull but ever-present kind of background noise, he wouldn't, like that emotion would just kind of wash through him, but he wouldn't alert. It's not an alarming thing, he wouldn't do anything with it, but he would very presently in the moment just kind of like, if it's just the same kind of movement forward, that would definitely just kind of be something that's kind of lingering in his spirit for the full of the watch.
Give me, what is your passive perception?
My passive perception should be 15. Yep.
Okay. Are you, once you come to this realization, are you going to do anything different?
So there's no meteor zipping, there's not much stuff flying around where we are in this game.
You adrift on the top of this house, you see like, and maybe there's a question here, but like you every once in a while you see something like kind of zip by you and like hit the piece of land that's ahead of you and like veers off, and it like just kind of pings out, and like you see that blip of a different reality, right? Sometimes it's way up in the sky, sometimes it's just black, and you see it like impact, like almost like it impacts like at the surface and shatters, and then like bursts out and like impacts again and goes someplace else, right?
So he's getting this feeling of forward. Everything's just kind of in this. I think this is a very kind of silly thing, but I think he would hop down after probably about 4 hours, and then he has an immovable rod, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to stand at the edge of it, and he's going to immovable rod, and he's just going to push.
Where are you putting the immovable rod?
So he's going to right us, so we're going to be like this, and then he's just going to be forward, like faster.
But with the you're trying to pull on it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you put it out in front of you like this, and it goes like this. I need you to give me a dexterity save to see if this thing's going to injure you. 14. So I'm going to say you, like, in your... Give me a... What's your passive wisdom?
Passive wisdom is, I believe that would be just 10 plus the stats.
Okay, so your intent, right, is like, I want to move this way faster, right? Yeah. But as soon as you like engage it and you feel that like presence, your muscle memory is like, oh fuck, I made a mistake. Yeah. And you click it as quickly as you can, and it hits you and like it knocks you off your feet. It doesn't do damage, but you understand that while you may feel like you're not moving very fast, in reality, you are zipping through whatever this place is.
Because I felt, it kind of feels like we're just kind of drifting slowly on the riverboat. But
yeah.
Okay. That's an interesting thing. So
that said, are you going to do anything different right now?
Anything different? So there are objects floating above us.
They all seem to be, the stuff around you seems to be floating at the same speed.
At the same speed? Okay.
I'm going to say at about this time, you notice ahead of you there is another flow that is about the same size as the one that you're in.
Okay.
Coming in now from like the left. And you see, kind of looking down, you see that there's another one just a little bit further, kind of coming in from the top. And up ahead there seems to be like a log jam of sorts of these chunks of land.
Okay, so they're all coming together right in the way of our...
Yeah, but at the rate that you're moving, it's like, again, rate is deceptive here, right? So it looks like you won't really see it until morning, like until everybody else wakes up in 4 hours. But like it seems like it is coming.
Okay. He would let them get kind of close. He will let them get their rest. But if it starts, he's going to be like zoned in on that. And if it looks at any point like, oh shit, like there's not going to be enough time, he'll just kind of run inside and be like,
okay,
everyone wake up.
So here's what we're going to do. As these flows are coming together, you spend your time like analyzing what is in the river ahead of us, right? Yeah. You all get your sleep, so go ahead and top back off. Give me an initiative roll for you two and Eric to see who wakes up first.
10.
Yeah, 14 and
Okay, Eric's sleeping in. So you wake up and you roll over and you see Sethan like, right, Sethan, right? Like, diligently standing now at the front of this, like, flow. It's a metal structure, so it's hard to really assess whether or not he's tense, but he don't look relaxed.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna start putting my armor on.
Okay.
So I assume I don't sleep in it, so I'm pretty comfortable.
And give you exhaustion. So then you wake up and you see, let's say, a little bit of a hurriedly putting on armor. What are you going to do?
Follow suit. Not even gonna ask questions. Just
Get your stuff together.
get my stuff together.
Okay.
Grab my instrument and look about.
So you start hearing these collisions, like rocks crumbling and cracking as things come together. What if anything are we going to do to prepare for what is going to be a tumultuous few bits here coming up? So as you look, like now you look out, and it looks like you are going into a rock grinder. Like there are, as you get closer, you see this. So you're going to have, you're going to be able to do 3 checks or do 3 activities with advantage, because you've been carefully watching how this goes. So I'm going to give you the heads up. You have 3 with advantage. Okay. So you see now, like these rocks, these chunks of land coming in are colliding and causing the flow to get just disrupted. Like it's coming in at a much tighter, perpendicular style angle. And so like off of this way, things are getting flung, right? Up ahead, there's another flow coming in like this way. And it seems to be like, there's like an eddy on the other side where the flow comes in, and the angle that it comes in, it causes like a dead pocket, and there's like a flotilla raft of debris that seems to be like formed there, and it like at the center there's a bit of, I don't know, something interesting is there. Like it's hard to see, but like there's so much other stuff flying around. Like you can see that there's like some kind of relatively stationary object there.
So is there like, is anything being cleared from this phenomenon? Like at the center, does it look like if we give it enough time, is it going to kind of grind itself out?
Oh no, this you've been watching this. This is this is almost like what you would expect somebody who is breaking rocks to be on, like a rock breaking like conveyor belt, where you take big rocks here and big rocks here, you smash them together and smaller rocks come out.
Okay. So it's effectively like a wall.
Yeah, in a few cycles you're going to be out of the frying pan and into the rock grinder, as it were.
Okay. Does it look like there's any space near the top or the bottom?
You would see that things that have been floating towards the top or bottom, or really any edge, seem to be more at risk of getting flung out. You want to probably stay close to the center so that you are in the flow that will not result in getting like kicked out.
Okay.
And I've had way too much energy drink, so let me take a quick break, and while you guys figure out how you want to navigate this, I'll be right back. As I drink more energy drink. Let's see if I can sleep here. Yeah, if you drop them down, you can suck it in there.
Yeah. That would be a bit too wide.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Got a camera down, but oh yeah, we get a new battery for it. Let's get a new battery for it.
So I'm feeling like it seems like the only options are stay where we are, fling through the side, or try to center ourselves and not get swallowed by the next part.
grinding up into small enough. I don't know if it can work.
Because my initial idea is kind of, because he knows now that if you kind of do this with the thing, it'll just, he's thinking of like attaching a rope to one as he's doing this, and he's got the rope on himself for other ones, and he's just going to click it, and then fling the other people out, and then he's just going to kind of, and then they're just going to get stopped, because the rope will be attached to the immovable rod. And then you all fling yourselves off the side with him, all attached to a rope, and then we all just kind of stop in space so we don't get hit.
Immovable rod?
No, because we're attached to it. You attach, so basically you don't activate it, he's just tying it to the middle, and then he's putting it out to the side, and then activating it after we jump off.
It's floating in space.
It's either that or get eaten by the rocks.
Yeah, it could stop us, but then I know we go from there. This was floating in the sea again.
Because he kind of described it as like a solid wall, right? So there's like, the things are getting pulled towards the center thing that's eating everything, and you can't go above or below. So it's feeling to me like the options are wait for a different option or fling yourself into the side.
Do you have dimension door?
Yes, I think it could take only one person with me.
I have fly.
Okay.
I don't know how that interacts with the astral, but I'm assuming if I cast fly on you, then you could carry one of us, and then you could dimension door with one of us. Yeah, pass it. If it's worth that.
The question is the fly going to be enough to avoid like whatever gravity?
That's what I
pulling
was
us in? I mean, honestly, is the immovable rod going to be enough to avoid us to get
it has to pass a DC, DC 30? Maybe?
That's not difficult for
Gravity?
galactic phenomena,
Yeah.
I believe.
I think that's the only trick I have.
No force, we're not high enough for force shield.
I have Misty Step, but that's just...
Can we have advanced holding?
Yes.
You can, but the weight would not allow for, like it would probably allow us to protect Eric. He could go in there for 10 minutes.
No, red holding compared to...
If you have no other objects in it, I think it can hold up like 500 pounds.
Yeah, well,
So
I
you
guess...
and Eric probably go in there. I mean, I
Yeah.
could mention go the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Tsukiko
We would be missing a rock, but it's better than being chips.
Right.
So,
Once we're through, we can figure out.
every game involves bag of holding.
Exactly. That's wrong.
I can't believe how many times I've ended up in a bag of holding.
So
Every single game we've had.
Okay.
If it exists, just do it.
You can hand me that camera. And we're back. Okay, so what do we want to do?
I think we have a very, very vague, rough plan.
I love it.
the best kind.
All right. Well,
There you go. What's up, buddy? What are we doing here, guys?
so Eric and
I love it when you get that look as a DM. Like, what are you doing over there, buddy?
Eric and Tsukiko are going to get into the bag of holding, and then
Okay.
Step one.
Step one.
and then Tay'lor and Setterlund are going to, as they get close, they're going to dimension door to the other side.
Okay. To the stable area.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you know, fine. We don't want.
Solved your puzzle. We've solved.
Don't do the thing I planned on doing.
Well, no, that's fine. I have a different thing. I have multiple plans here, guys. Okay, so you teleport to the other side. Let's set up the stuff.
Does our cozy little rotting hag hut go?
Oh, it gets destroyed. So here is the here is the chunk that you guys managed to teleport to. Go ahead and just set yourselves up on top of that.
Oh, Eric.
No.
And I'll take, here, you can just throw that onto here.
Do we want to dispose of these minis that we threw into the sea?
Here, I'll take them.
Uh-huh. My next character would be underneath this like an outhouse since you have a roof on it.
Yes.
Yes.
That's going to be a very sedate situation, but probably. Okay, so,
So I'm not going to fool very many people.
right.
It's one person. They won't have a good time.
Okay, so, take this, set that up over there. Oh,
Oh,
I failed.
yes.
Failed in the task.
there we go. Well, luckily it can get put back together. Okay. Hold that one. There you go. Set that right next to that one, if you can. Okay. Come on, buddy. Stay. Tree down. There you go. Here, how about you set that one up?
Where would you like it?
Yeah, that'll work.
You pop back up with the fruit trees.
That's a different set of fruit trees.
Oh.
Can you take that chunk of that you have back there, move it in and down underneath? Yep.
I feel like combat.
And
I don't know. You don't really have a lot of mobility out there. I'm not mobility.
put this one.
You get up wide.
Let's see if it'll stay there. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So you now getting to the other side here. You notice the tenor of the mood seems a little bit more immediate. However, where you are, there is semblance of a little hut here, and standing there on the stop peeking.
Looking at you.
Standing there, kind of directing things, is an Aasimar. And you see him kind of just surveying what's going on. And periodically, there is a chunk of a chunk that has come from the flow that's coming in this way, and it comes in like at a higher angle, and he is breaking it up and like pushing it into the ceiling so that it gets diverted from this little area. What do you guys want to do?
Did we get you guys out of the bag yet? That's probably step one.
Yeah, get us out of the bed.
So we're all in a bag of holding. We see the magical Aasimar.
I guess I would call out when we're being opposed. So he knows that we're here, so we can destroy our rock before we get back. Hey, we're kind of stuck here. You maybe give us some assistance.
the look on his face is kind of one of surprise, but also one of, and so he takes your rock and just kind of moves it in closer.
Nice.
I would take the child and push them up onto the rock.
Up above?
Yeah.
Okay. And scurries the Aasimar takes a couple steps back to give him room to climb up. Okay. Greetings. What brings you to this place?
Yeah, same here. Well, same portal at the end.
It was a collective portal.
How long have you been in the stream?
I slept at one point, so like a day, 2 days, by our reckoning of time.
Did you come from this stream?
You see gesturing going in the kingdom?
Yeah.
Yes.
2 days. Turns from kind of his activities and goes over to a journal and like starts to write out like the information. And where can you describe how it was that you came to be in this place?
Can I just say that I described it to you?
Yeah.
Okay, I did that.
And he just, without like, in an oddly God, I can't think of the clerical way. Just like it's just like scribing down everything that you said, trying to like document like what's going on. If you mentioned the thing about the hag, and like he kind of has a weird look on his face, and he scribbles that down, just trying to gather everything. From behind him, you see a light source coming, and after a short period of travel time, you see a full-on angel kind of appear in that area. Just kind of hovering over it, illuminating this whole area. Just the presence of this creature, its being, humbles all of you, and you each have what is your alignment?
I would say currently true neutral.
You have an additional 10 hit points. What's your alignment? Chaotic good. You have an additional 20 hit points. You have no additional hit
I
points.
was gonna say, do I feel like maybe I should take this pendant off at this moment?
You get the sense that they have noticed that you have the pendant, but they have no ill will towards you.
Okay. I guess it just meant like I'm a character who doesn't feel an inclination to take it off. Am I reconsidering that? That's going to be control's glory.
Permanent or just temporary?
This is temporary. Ask me the question again.
Okay. So previously I had no inclination to take it off because it felt like it would assist me basically, and that's what I am saying right now, just my own self-interest. But being in...
Right now you have the sense that if you were to take it off, it would not be good for you.
And I'm kind of just interested in things that are good for me. So
it feels like if you were to take it off in this particular point, it would be like taking your armor off in a dangerous situation.
Okay, that's a stupid thing to do.
I have an additional question.
Yep.
Due to my origins as of how I am currently existing, being very evil and necromantic, does that interact with this situation at all?
Right now, your deeds are not evil nor necromantic.
Okay. So the origin of my being does not cause any harm.
Thinking that, you hear inside your head the intentions of the soul do not supersede the origins of how that soul came to be here.
Sethan has no facial expression, but he just kind of tilts his head down and thinks about it.
Do any of you... So, I will say innately you understand that this light being is very powerful. Do any of you want to try to understand what it is?
Yes. I guess I kind of had a base understanding of angel.
So, you like kind of go through your mental reference, and without very much difficulty, you recognize not only is this a celestial, but it is probably a demigod celestial. And like on the scale of 1 to things you really shouldn't mess with, probably not a thing you should mess with.
I don't think she'd ever want to.
Killing mode is not engaging.
You're not going to try to eliminate it?
No elimination here.
And you see, while you're kind of, while you're giving this story, right? This entity is kind of hovering, and all of a sudden, like, I don't know if, like, I can't speak to your character about the amount of attention you'd be paying to this creature while you're recounting this story.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden it zips like up the flow, and it like goes over something, and you see it like go out, and then like pops back in and kind of just stands there. Perception check to see what it was doing.
I'm in awe. I rolled 6.
I got it's 42, but I don't know how much attention was actually paying it. I can say that was the kid. The kid was probably watching the video.
Okay, so you and the kid notice the thing that it went to go save was like a small squirrel. There's a squirrel on one of the incoming chunks, and it went to save that creature.
But it didn't bother with us when we were coming down.
You didn't see the light as it was as you were like coming close. Like you'd seen like the flickers, but as you were like going through, you didn't see the light. Like it wasn't there at that time. Claps. Nice.
I think Sethan would just kind of, after a very short lull, be like, what does this mean?
You say it out loud, or are you asking?
Yeah, he just like, what does this mean? Like a Roman senator in the forum, like. The clerical gentleman introduces himself as Demeklios of the Watch, and my task here is to ensure that any unfortunate soul who has found their way into the flow of hatred is rescued and sent back to where they belong.
Did you see us heading towards that big rock grinder like 10, 20 minutes ago?
Yes. Unfortunately, my master had to step away for a minute.
That almost was very unfortunate for us.
Clearly, you had it covered.
What now?
Well, We could send you where you want to go, or you could continue on the flow and see where it takes you.
I think going home sounds good, speaking for myself. Not that this hasn't been an interesting journey, but it's also been very dangerous.
Do you have any insights to what might happen?
Down the flow, the flow leads to the exiled one.
I don't think anybody else is there.
His hatred is bringing these objects of destruction to him so that he may exert his wrath on creation for being abandoned. We are here to help protect souls such as yourselves from these celestial matters.
What can we do to help?
If you had a friend to talk to you that calming down.
The fetid vastness is not interested in friendship. It wants devotees.
That kind of thing.
Could you send me to a place where I can help against this?
You would like to go to the front lines.
Yes.
We can do this.
He just kind of goes like clank.
And for you, my unfortunate friend,
My best the stories, my teacher.
Yeah.
what'd you say?
The best the stories, my teacher.
Do you look to tell the best story?
Yes.
Okay, I need a second here out of game to contemplate this. Best story. Oh, good God. In your mind, what is the story that you find to be the best?
So in Tsukiko's mind, the best sort of story is a heroic story in which she envisions the common people dancing with the noble people together. And there's just celebration and there's no discourse.
Okay. The common people and the noble people dancing in jubilation?
Yes, like they're fine with the fact that they are mingling and there's no longer any sort of discourse between the two.
We know of a place that would be perfect for you. And you,
Okay, the question here is how badly you are with this information campaign. Because Taylor might want to go home, which is nowhere near where the party is.
fair enough.
And he's kind of self-interested right now.
So on that note, in the form of self-interest, you do not have enough money to retire yet,
It's true.
and your paycheck is currently making its way through a long cave.
Alright, that's bad. I mean, he has given me a lot of money so far, but I did want to finish this one last job, so I owe it to myself to see that through, I think. I guess, I mean, I don't want to speak for Eric, this kid here, but I would like to go back to this Blue Days. That's where my adventuring part is, and we got a job to do.
Oh, we can find your friends. And for you, I would argue, and feel free to anybody here to dissuade me. I would argue that Eric has absolutely no intention of continuing along with these weirdos.
Yeah.
He probably just wants to go home.
You might want to hang out with the monk.
Might want that demon dog, that devil.
Something even angels can't do. So I would out of DM mode, I would argue that he is looking to go home.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. So I didn't want to.
Yeah. So.
If he's gonna go away, I'm gonna take that hag skin cloak back so I can give it to like Otto or whatever.
The which one?
The hag's skin.
Oh yeah.
Thing that it had. Also, I might bully him to take those 2 superior healing potions that he caught from the potion rack.
So he's a street urchin.
Mm-hmm.
He'll sell them to you.
You really want to play that game with me right now, dude?
He takes a step closer to the angel. Yeah, I think that would be okay.
Yeah. I need more than you do, I think.
I don't have a lot of life.
Yes, you don't need superior. I'll trade you my lesser healing potions, which will be about the same for you as a superior would be for me.
But these would set up my family. When I get back, I could sell these and take care of my family. I'm homeless right now.
But I honestly did not know you had a family. I thought you were just hanging out with those other.
My parents.
What parents? What were you doing in like a?
I was kidnapped. You never asked.
I was looking for like 20 minutes. All right. How much do you want for it?
500 gold.
300.
300 gold.
All right.
Okay. A piece.
What if 500 a piece? What are they actually worth?
Superior are worth like 1,200, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Sure.
The angel speaks up and says, "If gold is the concern, here, have this." And he like reaches into like the little cubby there and pulls out like just a chunk of gold, and just kind of drops it in the kid's hand.
So does the kid give the potions to me?
He gives them to you.
Okay.
Well, until, I should say, hopefully we don't meet again, but should we meet again, I will send you right back to where you came from. Fare thee well. And the seraph splits into, 1, 2, 3, 4, and each one comes down and envelops you with its wings, and without being touched, you find yourselves being just lifted up off the ground and taken to where you belong. So, you kind of pop out of this portal to, and we'll discuss that at the time when it happens. I'll continue on with you two here, as we have now left the danger zone of this river. So you look over and you see the kid like kind of going through another portal with the other angel, and they are going into what looks like a elven village underground.
Okay.
You are taken to the Astral Sea, where you have like literally like there's a large chunk of floating landmass, and on it is just a massive army of angels, and demons, and devils, and constructs. There is just a massive amount of different beings here that seem to have come together to fight this evil. Both good and bad, and like just as you're coming down, like you see like all of these beings together, and like even to you this seems a little bit messed up. You, however, find yourself coming out of the Seraph's Embrace underground in a crystalline cavern with a strange daylight glow to it. It doesn't feel like you're underground. It feels like you are above ground, but you look around and you're clearly encased in this cavern. And it is a elven village. And as you look around, you are like the only non-elf in this location. Everybody kind of like looks at you, looks at the mode in which you like traveled here, and like is like taken aback. But you see all of the people here, whether they be lowborn or highborn, they all seem to be getting along and in agreement. Like there's highborn helping lowborn, like a lowborn kid falls over and this highborn picks them up and escorts them back to their mother. It seems a little weird. It is exactly what you asked for, and somehow it is disconcerting.
You were put into the Stepford Wives. Doom guy music starts playing for me.
And that is where we find ourselves at the end of this encounter. It was fun traveling through the Siri with all of you.